Welcome back to Wicked F150. So this video turned out to be completely different. I added a sub and an amp to the truck because with the Linkswell screen, it's supposed to have a 45 watt built-in amp. And some people say that that screen, their sound system doesn't sound too bad. But for whatever reason, in my truck, the sync system put out better output to the speakers. It sounded a whole lot better than this Linkswell screen. I needed something. I don't need to go crazy and no dual 12s or anything like that. I just needed something to give it a little more oomph because there wasn't anything. So I wanted to do this install. It's a KICKER hideaway 10-inch because it has to be behind the seat for me. I need that back seat space. I was not okay with taking it up for a sub and an amp. That's not worth it to me. So instead of a custom box and all of that money that would go into that, KICKER hideaway. They have an 8-inch and a 10-inch. Not sure if they have a 12 or not. They may, but the 10-inch fits. Absolutely no issues. You have about 6 inches between the wall and the seat and still be able to close your rear seat. And the hideaway is it's less than 3 1/4 when you stand it up. So you have no issues fitting whatsoever. Like I said, I wanted to do the install, show you guys how to install it and all that. But, of course, I want to make sure it's working before I show you guys how to do it. And it wasn't. So I didn't record any of it and buttoned it all back up. I'll figure it out later because I'm done. I got it working. So we're just going to go over and I'm going to show you guys what I did. Here we go. Okay, so here is the KICKER hideaway. Like I said, 10-inch. It actually is really easy. It was a simple mistake as to why it didn't work. Now, I had planned on going the RCA route just to give it a cleaner sound coming through. I don't know shit about wiring, speakers, amps, nothing like that. But the research that I've done, RCA, it does give it a cleaner sound than just tapping into your speaker wires. So I tried to do that, and the Linkswell screen, I couldn't figure it out. There's only one sub output and it already is plugged in. So I tried the auxiliary RCAs and they didn't work. So I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. No idea. But so I just ended up tapping into the speakers and I think it sounds great. So I would just suggest save yourself the money on the RCA and just tap into your speakers. So, but this is it. It does come with a harness that plugs in here. This jack here is for your remote bass control knob that is up front, which I do have to still install it so it's permanent in the truck. Currently just sitting up front. But then red is your positive, negative, and I just bolted it there. I took this piece off for the seat, put the wire up behind so it's against the bed of the truck, and bolted it back down so for the ground. The blue is your remote turn on. That for the Linkswell screen I will show you, or I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to tear it all back apart. But on the main power harness, the main one that connects up to the bottom of the APIM on the Linkswell screen, the orange wire in the corner, you will want to tap into that if you have the Linkswell screen for the remote turn on. And then the white wire is for the speakers, and then the gray one is also for the speakers. So this one, of course, goes to the passenger, the white goes to the driver, and the instructions tell you which is which. One goes positive, one negative with both of them. I just put it into the corner there behind the panel, up underneath here, and the speaker wire here. The passenger side, it is a little lower, so I had to cut in the harness from factory. Has plastic from about here to here on the passenger side, so I did have to cut through the plastic. I just used a razor blade very carefully. You do not want to cut them wires in the plastic. But this side, I obviously had plenty of cord this way. So it's tied up right around here. I just trimmed back some of the coating off the wire and then wrapped the speaker wire around it and electrical taped it. That way I'm not splicing into the factory wiring. I don't want to do that for speakers. But of course, it's the same thing on the passenger side. It's right about there in the corner. Same thing. Run it under here so you can hide it all. Now the power is also running up here. The bass knob's running up here. So let's look here. Okay, so there's the bass knob at the moment. Like I said, it's just laying in there. So, but this is what it looks like. Bass knob. So I just gotta figure out where I want to put it. Down there, up here. Just Dremel something out so I can get it to fit in there. But yeah, so that's the knob. Then the remote turn on, the little blue wire, it's only like 2 feet long. So I took you need 18 gauge wire to run it the whole way to your head unit. If that's the route you choose, you can choose a different way. I don't know how that is, so I can't tell you. But this is the little book that came with it. It just tells you where your wires go. White, white, black, left, positive, all of that wonderful stuff. How you need to hook it up. Of course, it does have auto turn on, whether it's 12 volt or DC. I have a 12 volt because I hooked it straight up to the head unit. Then your input level, high or low. RCA is low, speakers are high level. Then your phase, and that for my reading is when your speakers and your sub are out of sync, you will flip that. Power light, bass boost, frequency, again, that has something to do with when it's out of sync. Your gain, and then the bass knob input, fuse, and the harness that comes with it. So it was super easy to install. The issue that I was having, like, I got it once I switched from the RCAs to the speaker wire. The speakers were amped. It was louder. They were getting more bass, but the sub itself was not working. So they send you a fuse, an extra fuse. I swapped out the fuse that came with the harness for the ground wire. I pulled that fuse, put in the new one that they sent, and the sub's working now. So let's close this door and see what it sounds like. And of course, I know it's all dusty. It's getting detailed tomorrow. I planned on it today, but the sub took too long. But so here you go. I got some YouTube music, so I don't get copyrighted or anything like that. But usually, now this is on Bluetooth, usually I have to have it up to at least 16 to really hear anything, and then to hear any bass or anything like that, it's definitely got to go up to 20, between 20 and 25. So we're going to start at 10 now. So I can already hear it, which is good for me. It doesn't have to be super loud for me. But let's hear it a little bit better. Let's hear it a little bit more. So now if I go up to as close as it was before the sub and an amp, I'm going to go deaf. This, I know it's an all-in-one and nobody really wants to go that route because it's not custom or crazy or anything like that. For me, it absolutely does more than enough. I'm not going to blow out my speakers. I mean, I could if I turned everything all the way up, but I'm not going to. But it's good enough for me. I'm not going to go deaf. I still have a daughter. I'm not trying to make her go deaf before she's an adult. I definitely highly recommend it. It is super easy install. Just don't worry about the RCA. Just tap into your speakers. Super simple. I will throw in a picture of the diagram for your positive negative speaker wire on both sides now. So that way you can see for yourself. It took me a while to be able to find that information, and there you go. I hope you guys like it. I still have change out the spark plugs, downpipes, so I can put on the custom tune from Brew City Boost, and those videos will be coming up soon. Have a great weekend.